Hello and welcome. I am Linda Peace, the servant of the Lord. May the peace of the Lord be upon you, and welcome to this channel where we are going to learn how we should break our souls before God, how we should consecrate our souls before God, how we can humble our souls before God. Now, this is a teaching that we got in the Bible where we see that men and women of God humble themselves before God in different kinds of ways, not in a way that they ate desirable foods, not in the way that they slept in comfortable beds, but some of which left their beds and went on the floor to humble themselves before God. You know, the most thing that separates people from God is pride. It's pride. Now, we also see Daniel also humbled himself before God by feeding on only vegetables and water. He did not anoint his body at all. And he did not eat any desirable food, but he thought of something that cannot sustain his body, something that his body is not pleased about, something that breaks his body, something that breaks his stomach, because your stomach is always controlling you. Your stomach is always controlling you. You see that? And then you also see some of men of God also as well had to break themselves before God by tearing their clothes and mourning for 7 days in ashes, eating nothing at all. Mourning in ashes before God, humbling themselves because they needed an answer. They needed God to help them. They needed God to come and fight their battles, you see. Now, and we as well here, we have declared our fastings each and every month, each and every last week in a month by the command of God through me, who is a servant on this channel. And in our fastings, we have different kinds of fasting that can sustain each and everybody in whatever situation you may be in. Maybe you are pregnant, maybe you are working, maybe you are schooling, whatever you may be in, maybe you're on medication. So you just have to decide of what you see can sustain you. Do not have an excuse before God. If you want to win the heart of God, you have to take away excuses. Me, you have to take away me. I, you take away I, you take away me, you take away I, you take away me. It should not always be about you. Jesus, you should always say Jesus, God, Jesus, God. It should always be God first. It should always be Jesus first. Okay, now our first category is of this. There are those that go for fruit. Fruit, you do not need to use any water because they already possess water in. And with this, you only eat it at 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. is when you can eat that. And then when a new day starts, we don't eat anymore until 6 again in the evening. And then the second category is of this, normal bread. Normal bread, where you eat it at 12 noon during the day. You can eat it at 12 noon during the day and then at 6 p.m. And as of this, it can go with warm water. I do not recommend you to use cold water. I recommend you to use warm water. We do not want to complicate our intestines. We do not want to complicate our bodies. Now, with the other one also is the unleavened bread. And how with the unleavened bread, if you do not know how to prepare the unleavened bread, take the normal wheat flour, mix it with water and with salt, make a dough, and then use with any fish oil you have in your house, and fry it that way. Okay, you can have that and only at 6, and that you can also have it with warm water because it's dry. Okay, and also the other category is Irish potatoes. Irish potatoes, we only take them as boiled. Add your salt and boil them, and that's all. Eat it like that only at 6 with no water. And then also we have another category of those that in their fasting, they decide to go for a dry fasting. They decide to go for a dry fasting throughout the whole days. Now, this is a thing for those that have already done that before. If you have fasted for that long dry fasting without eating anything, I recommend you to go for this, for you who have grown in the spirit. But if you just started, I do not recommend you to go for this, because then you might fall or you might stand. Okay, you might affect your body or you might build your body, whatever it may be. May the Lord lead you And also, there are those who decide to say, okay, I'll be only feeding on water, warm water throughout that fasting. May God bless you, and I'll see you as in our next video. I will be streaming with you. I will be releasing words from the Lord of whatever He will be giving me in each and every hour. I'll be faithful to come to you and tell you what the Lord is saying in the hour, and I will teach you. Many is how the Lord also teaches me. For you who've been following me from our first channel, Linda Peace Ministries, you know for sure that the Lord has been teaching us quite a lot through me. Now, peace be with you, and I'll see you again. Bye.